Gorgeous, gorgeous girls make writing plans. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls immediately abandon all those plans for a brain rot project that completely derails every other thought in their head. I guess 2022 is just the year of brain rot. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, I am a writer here who tries to make plans and miserably fails at all of them. So, you know, relatable content, truly. Earlier this year, literally a week before I took a hiatus, I made a video of my 2022 writing plans. Well, turns out it wasn't exactly accurate. So I made that video in an effort to kind of talk about all the projects I had in the works, just as like an overview, and also to give myself a concrete plan that I could hopefully stick to in order to have a more successful year. And now it's time to react to that because, spoiler alert, it's a failure, didn't go well. So the majority of this video is an overview of all the projects that I have in the works. I'm not going to react into those things because those things really haven't changed that much, but I am going to give a quick update for all of the projects that I talked about in that. So if you want to know more about each of these projects, miscellaneous dog noises. Okay, huff. I'm gonna give a quick update here on those projects, so if you want to know more about them, you can go and watch the original video where I go into a little bit more depth about the actual content of the book. So rapid fire, first up is The Wrath King. Haven't looked at this project since like November of last year. And I have decided quite recently that it's going to need another extensive rewrite and replotting and just some more depth added to it, which is very overwhelming to think about because I worked so hard on the first rewrite. It might end up being my nano project, depending on how all my other projects go. Wouldn't hold my breath on that though, so who knows. And I do have a prequel idea for it that I'll talk about a little bit later, like very briefly, that I think fits more with the current adult fantasy market. So that might be going ahead of The Wrath King. It is set in the same world, 800 years in the past, and I describe it as The Mummy meets Cannonball Run. And if you know what Cannonball Run is, please be my friend. That was one of my favorite movies as a child. Next up is Be Gay, Solve Crime, Drink Blood, which still needs to be revised. I didn't work on it at all in April, but I also had a lot of health issues in April, and I was mostly focusing on drafting in April, so that kind of makes sense. It is still simmering on the revision back burner, and it is probably the closest up on the docket if I am going to revise something besides what I'm currently revising, but we'll get into that. Next is The Witch Book. I think when I made that video, I was on the brink of having my breakthrough with The Witch Book, and essentially it is that I need to burn the whole thing down and rebuild it from scratch. So she's spinning on in the back of my head. Gay Murder Town. This one's still chugging along. This is just a project I tinker away at whenever I want to. It's kind of this fun project, no pressure attached to it because, again, will never be published because it's directly ripped from Nora Roberts. The Eclipse Project, the one that is the bane of my existence and vexes me terribly, and yet consumes my every waking thought. I loved the new season of Bridgerton, by the way. Shockingly, this is the book that I've tinkered with the most and the one that I keep coming back to. Whenever I want to work on a fantasy, I keep coming back to the Eclipse Project, which is it really just keeps haunting my every waking hour. And I'm actually thinking of trying to back into the Eclipse Project by writing a prequel that I think has a less wider scope than the Eclipse Project, because the Eclipse Project is epic in scale. And I think a prequel might help me actually get the groundwork of the series before I actually write the series. Not that I think I would try to query the prequel, but who knows. The Dragon Book. Still brain rot, still simmering in the back of my head, still existing. Demon Book. Still just vibes. Fantasy Bridgerton. Again, still, oh God, every fucking video. I forget. I somehow always manage to start filming before it goes on again. Every video. Oh, that piece of hair is annoying. Fantasy Bridgerton. Still just vibes. And now we've reached the portion of the video where I react to my plans and schedule for 2022. This is gonna be a nightmare. Oh God. Oh, Lord Almighty, give me the strength. Shall we watch? Vision and all those kinds of things. So now I'm going to get into my tentative 2022 schedule that I've mapped out for my own sanity in an effort to chain my brain into healthy productivity patterns. See how it works. I don't know, actually. I basically just want to spend less time spinning my goddamn wheels because funnily enough, I have spent less time spinning my goddamn wheels by working on the brain rot projects that we'll talk about in a little bit. So off to an okay start there. If that was the point of this, I guess not a failure. I forgot I said that. I forget most of what I film immediately after I film it. A lot of 2021 That's doing true. That, so. First up, obviously, is January, which is Janurimo, where I'm trying to get 50K in the Witch Book. I feel like we all know this. Unsurprisingly, February and March, I'm also going to be working on the Witch Book. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. Basically, literally, like, 3 days after I filmed and posted this video, I realized the Witch Book needed to be burned down and had a small existential crisis about it, and that is when I started working on the Brain Rot project. Cruel summer, Talked about it in this video. You can go watch if you want. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. No, there still was 75K to go in the witch book, which was not done. So I want to finish the first draft of the witch book, which I'm thinking will be 125,000 words. So I have roughly 75K to go, which leads me to about 1,200 words every single day, which I feel like is doable for me. So I'm going to be trying to get just the book done. I'm trying to get the first draft done so I can let it rest for the rest of the year. And that leads us into April, where I'm going to be doing Vita, which is a video every single day. Oh my God, I forgot I said I was going to do Vita. Wait, no, that didn't happen either. I did not post a video every day. I'm still kind of in a little bit of a YouTube slump going on here. Yeah, no. I also didn't world build and develop the dragon book. It's still in the back here, but again, the brain rot really just is seriously infected, and I'm currently writing and I wrote 43,000 words in Project 2 Electric Boogaloo, as my friends call it, Too Cruel, Too Summer. So but it coincides with Camp Nano, and for Camp Nano I'm going to be working on world building and developing and researching the dragon book, because that's the brainworm smacked me in the face. So that is true. I still think about the brainworm quite often, but it's just it's not happening anytime soon. Maybe next year for Camp Nano. Maybe next year, who knows. We're doing. In May through August, it's going to be revision time. So depending on the feedback that I get and depending on whether I want to put the Wrath King down for a while, maybe forever, who knows, I'm going to be either working on the Wrath King. So funnily enough, preview for what's coming next. May through August will in fact be revisions. So just not on either of these books. Or Be Gay, Soft Crime, Drink Blood, and then seeking out some betas, maybe getting some feedback that way, and then maybe doing another revision depending on how fast all of this moves. Who knows? I don't actually know, but May through August is revision months. And then there are two options for September to December. Have a drafting version, which is kind of the one I want to do, but I kind of need to like actually revise shit to like, you know, can't just draft all the time. So Preptober and Nano can't just draft all the time. Wow, January me was really thinking little. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm literally drafting 2 books in a year. Fucking crazy. This plan would have worked had I outlined and researched and did anything for the dragon book in April. So this is probably not happening because I don't have the work done for it. As well as the 2 months on either side would be devoted to getting ready to draft the dragon book. Writing draft 1 of the dragon book, hopefully, if Vita goes well. It's all kind of dependent on that. That's the drafting option. But I also have September to December a revising part 2, Electric Boogaloo, where I would revise the witch book into a draft 2, so I could then send it off to, you know, my critique partners and such at the beginning of January 2023. 2023 is scary. Wow. 2023 is scary. And, you know, that would have worked. The revision schedule would have worked had I actually finished the witch book in February and March. So thinking about that's weird. So yeah, that's my yearly plan. I do have a bonus month though. July, Camp Nano, where I would brainstorm / do yet another veg. Maybe, like maybe not a video every day. It depends on how Vita goes, but essentially that style where I brainstorm. Vita didn't happen at all, bitch. So I'm still thinking about doing veg. No, actually I'm not, because I'm going on a writing retreat in July. But yeah, this is probably also not happening. These projects are way in the back burner, like way far back. So they're still there though. Like I still am interested in, like, the good thing is all of these projects that I'm talking about are still projects that I would like to do in the future. Just getting pushed a couple of years. I am a fast writer, but I'm not that fast. I can't write like 7 books in a year, even though I would really like to. Project, and I would either do the Demon book or Fantasy Bridgerton. That's the bonus month for July. I would take a break in between the May to August timeline. Maybe to give the book rest, maybe because I finished, who actually knows? I certainly don't. We'll see how this year goes. But yeah, those are all the 12 months of scheduling that I have. And also now you know all the projects I'll be working on. Maybe. Yeah, none of that schedule's accurate anymore. And that's the end of the scheduling portion. So unless we want to react to my outro, we'll move on. I don't think we really care about my my outro. All right, that was the failure that was my plans that I'd made that are no longer viable because I got brain rot so bad. Ooh, okay. Just as a quick summary, in case you don't want to watch my really long video where I talk about Cruel Summer, I essentially started writing a story that has completely consumed my every waking hour, and so many people have told me that they really like it and have convinced me that I should query it after the serial numbers are filed off. So because of that, May through July is revision time for Cruel Summer. We're still revising, just we're revising the contemporary romance idea that has a sprinkle of magic. It's a soulmate AU. What am I doing? What is happening? What is this? What is my life? Also though, May through July is also drafting Too Cruel to Summer. Its actual title is Invisible String, but I digress. This book's gonna end up being fucking massive. I already know it because I am self-indulgent with these projects. Hold on, wishful thinking. Let's go into fantasy realm for a minute. If I did get a book deal for Cruel Summer and they wanted a second one, I don't think Invisible String would be the one that they would want. Tonally, it is a lot different. It deals with a lot of darker themes and has a very different vibe. It's not fun angsty summer vibes. It's like dead of winter, horrible things are happening, but there will be a happy ending. Then it's August. The idea of it being August is terrifying to me. Hate that with every inch of my being. But August would mean query time again. Let's pray to God that Cruel Summer is ready. We'll see. That's the plan. And then August through December, I have many options. Assuming that Cruel Summer has been sent off to queries, Invisible String is done, and I would then be doing other things. August through December would be working on more brain rot. I also have an outlining one, which would be outlining the Wrath King prequel, which is the Mummy Cannonball Run. Here's a mood board for you that I whipped together. The second option is to write the third soulmate book, because yes, there's four. There's four in my head currently, and there might be more on the horizon. Brain rot never stops. So it'd either be the throuple book or the sapphic book. I have either one of those, which I think tonally fits more with Cruel Summer. So who knows? As always, an option is revision. Will I probably pick that? No, because I hate revision. I'd rather draft, but you know, have to get some revision done at some point. And I'm basically just shuffling my plan for the Wrath King and Be Gay, Self, Crime, Drink, Blood to this portion of the year. One of those books I would end up revising. Probably Be Gay, Self, Crime, Drink, Blood. And then finally, the book that I probably won't talk about ever again on this channel. Maybe, who knows? Maybe one day. But I have a co-written book in the works. This has also been a serious amount of brain rot where literally the amount of voice memos I've sent about this book, just screaming about it, is frankly appalling. It is an adult contemporary romance, but with no magic at all, because I've somehow been convinced that I can write a contemporary without any magic. Luckily I have a co-writer who writes exclusively contemporary and no fantasy, so it's fine. Here's the mood board for it. That's all you're getting. I only mention it because if I do end up working on this project, or when I start working on this project, I will eventually have to, you know, talk a little bit about what I'm working on, and I don't want it to come out of the blue completely unless you missed this video, which is totally fine. And yeah, those are the revised plans for the rest of this year. Are they subject to change? Absolutely. At least for right now, the concrete goals are writing the rest of Too Cruel to Summer, which I think I have about 90,000 words left. No, 82. I think I have 82,000 words left. I'm also gonna be revising Cruel Summer. That is genuinely what the two projects that I currently know the most about, that I know are happening because I'm currently doing them. Here we are. That's me reacting to my goals for this year. Am I mad that I didn't complete any of these goals or stick to it? No, because I'm having a ton of fun writing these, and I think this pivot is actually gonna be pretty good for my, you know, potential career in the future. I think a lot of these stories that I'm thinking of are way more commercial than, say, any of my fantasy ideas. Anything to get your foot in the door of the publishing industry is going to be probably the best course of action, at least for me personally. If you would have told the Katie that filmed this video, the overview of whips in a 2022 schedule, what her life would be today, she would not have believed you. I barely believe it, and I'm currently living it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to give me a thumbs up down below. For the sake of my sanity, I made the last video, and for just lulz, shits and giggles, just to kind of laugh at myself, I decided to make this video because I thought it'd be funny to react and show just how fast life can change. It's wild. This month is May Chaos Reign, so I'm hoping to get back into the vlog so you don't have to see me from this exact angle for every single video. If you want to see more of my rambling face, you can subscribe. I post new videos like this every single Thursday, and I live stream every single Friday with the Troublemaker. So if you want more Katie content that is unedited and unfiltered, you can go watch us over on the Troublemaker channel. I should probably advertise that more, but I don't. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.